Strokes' new album Reality Waits has proven divisive among fans, and perhaps no song is more infamous than Lonely in the Future. But not enough attention has been paid to the really cool melodic and musical ideas in the song. I've been studying the songwriting with Strokes for a long time now, so I want to walk you through the song and show you all the really awesome things that are going on in it. I'll pay particular close attention to how Julian Casablancas uses AutoTune to embellish his vocals.
I did that yesterday. Oh.
But let's start at the beginning. I really love that intro. It's actually really clever because what it is a G7 flat 9 chord, and it creates all this tension because it's a diminished chord that wants to resolve down to 5th, which is where we go with that first chord, a C-type chord. And it also has all this tension built in because it targets this B natural there, but the song is going to the key of B flat major, so it just really has all this tension that resolves down and explodes into this really fun, funky song, which is awesome. Let's take a look at the chorus melody next because it actually does things that the Strokes haven't done before. Start on D, now we're going to start on C. I'm going to go back up to D. That's cool. So I really like that melody because it's actually doing something that the Strokes haven't done a lot of before. Albert Hammond Jr. said he wrote this song and shared it with the Strokes. Now, it is based in the infamous Strokes chords. It starts on that 4 chord, goes down to the 5 chord, the 1 chord, and then the 6 chord. So it is the infamous Strokes chords, but they're actually doing something different with it by Julian's melody. So oftentimes, when Julian has started his song with the infamous chords, he has an ascending line, meaning that the melodic line has an upward motion before it descends. This song, they actually do a different thing where they descend first. So it's actually new ground for them, and I think it's really cool. The other thing I want to talk about is how he uses AutoTune here. So he actually uses AutoTune to sort of create a Middle Eastern style melisma. The way he kind of bends and carries a note with his vibrato is more reminiscent of kind of the ornamentation that you would hear in Arabic or Middle Eastern music. Julian doesn't need AutoTune to do this. He said that on Curious, the Void song, that has that kind of sound, he never used AutoTune to make that sound. So he doesn't need it, but he does use it to great effect here, particularly when he goes here. But I can show you better if I take out the AutoTune pedal, so let's take a look.
I didn't want to do it years ago, but I did.
So Julian actually is using his AutoTune to accentuate his vibrato, to give it a more kind of Middle Eastern melismatic kind of delivery. So when he says this, it's more of a kind of way of bringing out the note. He doesn't need it to do this, but he uses it in this way.
But I did. But I did.
It's actually really hard to do that and pull it off in a good way. It's actually hard to get the exact notes, and it's hard to get the exact melody as you want it with all the right kind of melodic contour. So I don't think people give credit to Julian for actually using the AutoTune in a way. It's actually a very unwieldy little beast, and it's hard to use. So I think people should come to appreciate that it's actually a pretty challenging instrument to use. It's not a shortcut. It's something that he uses as an instrument to play through, and it comes with its own challenges. Next, let's look at the verse melody and how it targets the chord tones in a really fun way. So what that's doing is targeting the chord tones in an ascending line. So it's starting with the 1 going up to the 3rd for the first chord, and then for the next chord it starts on the 3rd and goes up to the 5. And then for the next chord it starts on the 5 and goes up to the 7. And then for the final chord it goes up from the 3rd to go up to the 5th. So it's a nice, really punchy way of delivering these chord tones and really establishing the harmony and the melody together and really locking in this really nice delivery and staccato kind of way that gives it a nice punchiness and a lot of fun. So let's listen to the next part. I did that yesterday. Love that suspended chord. That one right here. Sounds great. I love how funky this track is. Fab has really been able to drum again. It sounds great. So one of the things is that Fab has said that on the New Abnormal, Rick Rubin kind of reined in his drumming and made sure that he didn't do anything too distractingly complex. And it sounds like with Reality Waits, he's been allowed to have a little more freedom to create creative beats again. This one's really funky. A lot of stuff going on with the accents on the snare and the kind of ghost notes and stuff like that. So I'm really glad to hear that he's kind of being allowed to write funky beats again. There's a lot of great drumming on this album. Dine & Dash has those really cool hi-hat pattern accents and stuff like that. So really great to hear. Let's listen to the next part because actually Albert Hammond Jr. has a really great guitar line here. It's a really great line because it's just establishing the chord tones again in a walking way. It connects the chord tones in a sort of melodic walking pattern, almost like a bass line. But really great, really catchy, really melodic. So we have to talk about the diss. I'm fine with it. Some people have asked what I think about Julian Casablancas dissing Anthony Fantano. I think it's totally fine and within his rights to do that. It's a whole track that's airing his grievances based on things that's happened to him over the years. And as an incredible artist that Julian Casablancas is, I think he's earned that right to make this track. He's never done anything quite like this before. So I think he's sort of naming names in a fun way. You have to think about what the purpose of this track is, what the social function of any song is, whether it's for, a funeral, whether it's for a march, whether it's for partying, whether it's for background music. Music has a social function. And I think this track is just meant to be good fun. And Julian Casablancas is sort of tongue-in-cheek, naming names, kind of mocking the whole idea of credibility and what it means to be credible, kind of self-deprecating, I think, in a way, too, throughout the whole album and on this song. So I have no problems with him doing it. I think it's cool. Let's look at the bridge now, where there's some really great melodic ideas. Same chords. Nice and pentatonic. I mean, that's just amazing, right? Just like really catchy stepwise pattern that just like hits all these beautiful chord tones in a great harmonic sense, but is still just kind of traditional, right? There's almost a sort of Bach sound to it, like a sort of old school 1700s classical composition style to that sort of melody, and it's going through an AutoTune to give it all this new modern embellishment, and I think it just sounds fantastic. Explodes back to the chorus. To the riff again. Really great. So yeah, just like a really fantastic song, really fun, really catchy, combines all these really interesting ideas of these new ways that the Strokes are approaching the classic chords that they've written with a lot using descending lines rather than ascending lines. So finding new ground to explore, which is really exciting. Something that Albert Hammond Jr. talked about in his interview is that he feels like there's still new things to discover, and they're finding new things even with their really famous chord progression. There's a lot of really great stuff going on. I really like the way the AutoTune is actually used here. So I don't know. I think it's a great song. But what do you think? Do you think the AutoTune was too much? Do you think that they shouldn't have used AutoTune on this track? Do you think the AutoTune ruins it? I know this is a pretty controversial issue among the fan base, how much AutoTune is on this track. Some people say that it complements this song. Some people say that it hurts the song. I'm curious what you think. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know also what you think about the Fantano diss. Do you agree with me that it's fine, or do you not like that he did it and that he's immortalized in this Stroke song forever? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. It's really great to hear what you're thinking, and I loved all the debate that we've been getting on these past few videos. It's a very controversial issue, and I've been really enjoying it. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. Bye.